Okay, and welcome. I was trying to get on here yesterday, but they were doing some work in the neighborhood signal, so having some technical difficulties, but yay, we could do that. That was my dog. So throughout these videos that I do, you may hear my dog. That's Sophie. She feels like she gotta have some type of attention. So I wanted to get on here because I said, this is mental health awareness month, but not just only that. Today's a big day. All my nursing sisters are out at the Capitol. They are protesting down in DC, Washington, DC, for those I have to clarify for, because it is the Million Nurse March Day. And I was going through my Facebook and seeing just all my friends, and some of my friends had took their daughters there. It's a really big thing today. So if you're out and about and you know a nurse, social media or wherever, tell them thank you. You know, I know it's not enough. And even with me as a nurse, I mean, people will see me in my scrubs and they'll be like, "Are you a nurse? Are you a doctor or something?" I'm saying, "Yeah, I'm a nurse," and they'll say, "Well, thank you for what you do," because I know through COVID, it's been quite a challenging time, which it has, and it has, you know, brought out a lot of triggers and mental health um, to a whole different level. And that is something that I wanted to talk about in reliance to the nurses out there, with it being Mental Health Awareness Month. We need to keep ourselves as much interaction that we do with people. Patients come and go, alive 1 minute, gone the next 1 minute, and all the challenges that the patient has to go through. And sometimes the nurse is the only person that they see. I would say 90% of the time. May not be the same nurse because we know how the acuity goes and the consistency of assignment. We know how that goes. We understand how our patient care ratio, it should typically be 1 to 4, but we're running with 6 patients. So the demand and the challenges for the nurse to have so many hats on at one time, it is a lot. And sometimes we tend to just fade away the concept that this nurse is a person. At the end of the day, we are human, and we have physical issues, emotional issues, psychological issues that pile up from the day-to-day challenges, the sacrifices that we do, and not just with nurses, across the board with healthcare, down from the housekeeper, the nursing assistant, the unit clerk that has to get yelled at. What you mean? What, you can't find my mother, you can't find my father. Every part, every ingredient when it comes to running a healthcare facility, to running a team floor. We are all in this together. And burnout, the first thing you think of is burnout. And I'm on here to let you know, anybody that's in nursing school right now, if you're in for the money, I'm gonna need you to stop because you're wasting your time. If you feel like, yeah, I'm gonna be doing good, making these 6 figures, which you can, but you have to understand the sacrifices that come with you being that travel nurse, you being that floor nurse, you being that charge nurse. There is sacrifice in everything. And in the midst of all this chaos, you have to still be compassionate, self centered, non judgmental, and able to focus and put that patient as your priority till you clock out. And you will not clock out on time. You may do a 7 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. shift, and you may not clock out till 8:30. It happens. The sacrifice is real. And if you are still, after hearing me say all of this, feel like this is for you, then you, by golly, you do it and you be the best nurse that you can be. You know, do it for it's because it's in here. You know, my mind and my heart is as one, and this is what I want to do. My purpose in life is to be of service, and nursing is a great thing to do if you want to be a person of service. Um, but like I said, I acknowledge out burnout. this COVID had brought out a lot of burnout with my fellow nurses, people in the healthcare field. We saw things that, we didn't see this in the textbook. We didn't. This is a whole realm of what nursing is today, and it has triggered a lot of burnout, mental, physical wear down. So my pointers, um, tips that you can keep in mind while listening to this is one, take care of yourself. And what I mean by taking care of yourself is being able to say no. If you get that feeling in your heart, you get that tightness in your stomach when someone approaches you with something and you don't want to do it, say no. Being able to say no is a really big thing, addressing those boundaries. Um, it's okay to be to yourself. All that interaction with patients and people, that's taking your energy. You're taking in what is being released, and you don't realize it, but you are absorbing it. You are absorbing it, and it gets so overwhelming. Then you gotta go home, and you got a family, and you gotta deal with that, and that also means your dog too. So if you're single, you gotta go home, you gotta take care of that dog. That's your family. That's a whole other realm that you gotta take care of too, and you just want to just lay there and just decompress. Do that. Give yourself 15 minutes. I had to do that with my children. I would come home, kids would be happy to see me. Just give me 15 minutes. Give me 15 minutes to decompress because I don't want what I dealt with there to cross over and infect you, you know? So, yes, we have many hacks and we have to be able to make those boundaries. Boundaries, okay? So, being able to say no, knowing your boundaries. Get a book. It don't have to be nothing fancy. A nice little book that you can. This is something that can fit in my purse right away. Put your hopes, your dreams, what makes you mad, what makes you cry. Get that stuff out your system. So that is very important to decompress. So we talking about decompressing, getting those boundaries together, saying no. So it's very important because when you're on the floor, you are advocating for these patients. So if it ain't right, say no. And I have no problem, people that know me, I have no problem saying no. If it ain't right, I have no problem telling that doctor I will not do that. So we have to be that voice that our patients, when they can't talk, we have to be that voice. There's so many things, so it is so important that we find ways to take care of ourselves. Today is a beautiful day in Columbus, Ohio. It is 83 degrees, and going outside just for a simple walk around the block, get some of that sun, get some of that nature, that natural positive energy on you, being able to do those things. And people don't understand that working a 12-hour shift non-stop. Sometimes you don't get a break. And yeah, I was one of them nurses that had snacks in my pocket, some peanuts with dry cranberries. Yeah, Jacob would be in their feelings if they saw me. But that was something that I had to do. Why? Because I'm gonna take care of me. Okay, you want me to do my job? I'm gonna take care of me, keep that energy going. And then when it was time for a break, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a break. And then being able to communicate, we have to communicate. There are resources around you. If you're not comfortable going with your job, you got your girl here online. I have a whole website, parrissolution.com. If you want to get out, vent, I understand the challenge, the struggle is real today. And nursing is being put upon a different platform that is bigger than just healthcare. It's almost like society kind of puts it as like we're going through this phase. And I was seeing the articles and the research on how nurses were once most respected, and now it's starting to decline. And I'm thinking because of the COVID, the burnout, over, we got so many patients, but not enough staff, and it is just really hard for the nurse right now to get that interpersonal interaction with people because we got us going like robots now. So, in dedication to our Nurses Day in relation to Mental Health Month, Say no. If you're not comfortable with it, and that's just not with work, that's with life. If you don't want to do it, if it don't feel right, say no. There's nothing wrong with you saying no. And getting those boundaries together, taking time for yourself, writing in that journal, taking that natural good energy from nature. Get out there, absorb it, whatever makes you happy. For me, it's driving. When I'm driving, I get my music going, put get my vibration, get my frequency up, you know. So do those things. Find a time, even if it's just one day out of a week, something that you enjoy doing, even if it's just down to just spending time with your family. Do it. But also put time for yourself too. If that means, you got a day off, and I know you got a busy day, the moms and dads out there that got things to do, give yourself an extra 15 minutes in bed. Believe me, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. But allowing your family, allowing your circle to understand this is where I stand. This is who I am. This is what I have to deal with. Let them understand who you are, because us nurses at the end of the day, like I said, we are human too. So again, I'm gonna keep it right there. I'm gonna stop right there. I'll do another video later because I could go on and on and on about that. But yes, in the correlation between nurses and mental health month, say no, put yourself first, set them boundaries, have some time for yourself, embrace nature. Okay? My name is Letitia Paris. I am a registered nurse. I am a life coach and have my business, Paris Coach, Coach, Coaching and Consulting. I also do CPR, first aid, ACLS on the side. So if anyone, I have my website. I also have my email, parrissolutions@gmail.com. If you want to email me, I also have a Facebook page. If you want to check that out, just some words of encouragement that I post on there. And if you want to reach out for any CPR classes or training, any questions as far as with healthcare, anyone in the Columbus, Ohio area or Ohio area that has home care businesses related in healthcare and stuff, and you need someone to do some workshops and help some team building, I'm your girl. I can help you with that. Reach out to me. So, again, thank you. I appreciate the time. Take care of yourself. Stay blessed. All right. Bye.